Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, y'all. In today's video, I want to talk about JDM versus Islam Makhachev and how, not just how big of a super fight this is, I really want to talk about how much closer y'all may think this fight may be than y'all think. And I truly call this fight a 50-50. Regardless if Islam was fighting Ilia Topuria or Jack Della Maddalena. And I know I didn't say his name right that first time when I tried to say it, but yeah. First topic that I want to get on is the weight difference. People keep saying that JDM is going to be way bigger than Islam Makhachev, him moving up to welterweight. What I feel like a lot of y'all don't understand is that Islam is not a small guy. He is literally, I'd say the same, not the same size as me anymore because I'm 5'11", but around the same size. 5'10", 5'11" is not too much of a huge height difference. And as a man who has been in both, being at 5'10", 5'9.5", and at 5'11" right now, it's not that much of a difference. Like, yeah, JDM may be a little bit bigger. You know, he's going to have a little bit of a longer reach advantage. He has, I believe, a 73 reach advantage, and Islam Makhachev has a 70 reach advantage. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the striking department. The advantages that both men have against each other. So the first thing we're going to go with when it comes to Islam, we know that Islam has the grappling advantage over JDM. And when it comes for JDM, he has the striking advantage. And the thing is, though, I want y'all to understand that Islam Makhachev's striking is not bad. Like, he's not trash. But do I think he's going to try to keep this fight on the feet, like in kickboxing range? No, definitely not. Now, I think that he is going to kind of strike with JDM a little bit, yes, but he's going to do it in a very smart way. The thing, too, I want to talk about is Islam Makhachev's weakness against JDM's boxing style. Something that, if you have noticed, Islam Makhachev struggles against people who have longer reaches than him and have better boxing. For example, if you look at the fight between him and Morikano, how that fight went, y'all notice that Islam had troubles just coming in with the striking department. For JDM, what he may struggle is maybe there's a possibility he could get caught up in a choke or submission while trying to scramble with Islam. Because another thing, too, we want to see during this fight is that if Islam can take him down and keep him on the floor, because, like we know, JDM has way better grappling than anyone Islam Makhachev, I won't say has faced in general, but a lot of those people at those smaller weight classes at lightweight, like Dustin Poirier. And if Islam is able to keep JDM down, then yes, he can win this fight. But if he's not able to keep JDM on the floor and keep him there and keep him controlling him, Islam's going to have a really, really, really big struggle when it comes to this fight. Because if you can't keep JDM down, he's going to, in my personal opinion, I don't know about stopping Islam. Who knows? Maybe at the end of the day, it's a fight. Anything could happen. But I'll say JDM would have a way higher chance of being able to win the fight. But straight up, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it all depends on who executes their game plan the right way and does exactly what they need to do. Now, when it comes to both mindset of both men, I will expose this about JDM. And there's been other YouTubers and other people who've already been talking about this. JDM is kind of undermining Islam Makhachev, and that right there could be his downfall. He had claimed and stated himself that Islam is the easier version of Bilal. And I'm like, brother, come on, my brother. Have you not seen what Islam has done in his skills itself? If Islam and Bilal fought, in my personal opinion, I'm giving the fight to Islam. Now, am I saying that's going to be an easy fight? No, of course not. That'll still be a pretty difficult and tough bout for him to deal with because, you know, they both train together and they understand each other's moves. But I'll still give the favor and give the fight to Islam just based off of skill and fight IQ. Because of him undermining Islam's skills, if he goes into this fight thinking like that, he could cook himself. I'm not even going to lie. He could completely lose his belt. And the side for Islam, his mindset right now is that he facing one of the toughest fights that he's ever faced. And the thing is with Islam, He's never been the type of fighter to be too cocky, overly thinking that he's just going to go in there and just dominate and win every single fight. He takes every single fight seriously. There's a reason why he has his record right now. Obviously, both men have their record at where they're stated at right now. Not too many losses, hella wins, and are now both world champions that are going to be fighting against each other. And I honestly cannot wait. What was I saying? Back to Islam Makhachev's mindset. Islam is not taking JDM as a small threat. No, he's taking him as one of his toughest fights. Even Khabib had said himself that this is going to be Islam's toughest fight, toughest bout. And yes, it's 100% true. And that's why I'm like, this is going to be a very, very, very good fight. And we're going to really, truly see who is the best pound for pound number one. And I know a lot of y'all are probably going to be like, oh, Ilia Topuria is number one pound for pound. Well, yes, that's true. But at the end of the day, these are the rankings, and these are the men that are going to be fighting. And after this fight happens, that's a whole nother story. If Islam and Ilia end up having that fight, and honestly, I would love to see that, 100%. Still would love to see that fight. I don't care what nobody says. If Islam wins this fight, I feel like the UFC really has no choice but to make a super fight between Islam Makhachev and Ilia Topuria, because it just makes sense. Think about it like this. Let's just say Ilia does go in for another title defense. Let's give him another free title defense at lightweight, knock somebody out. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Or at least maybe give it to Armin if Armin does really good during his fight during Dan Hooker. And actually, I should make a video on that. I'm gonna make a video on that soon. Just say, right, everything works out between Ilia Topuria, he wins his fight, Islam wins his fight. Then boom, now we have another super fight going into next year. And I won't even be mad at it. I ain't gonna lie. You know, like at the end of the day, the way how events have turned around, I know a lot of y'all UFC fans were probably hella mad when y'all seen that Della lost his fight. But all I'm saying is that this low-key makes it a lot better, in my personal opinion, because now we're at a point to where we actually still get a super fight regardless. We get to see Islam move up to a new weight class and see if he can do exactly what he was doing at lightweight against a bigger, tougher version of Dustin Poirier or Volkanovski. Because remember, too, Islam has fought Volk twice. So Volk has an understanding of Islam's grappling. But at the same time, you know, obviously, with fights happened over the years, fighters improve. That's what it is. For an example, let me just use myself for an example. If I take myself right now at my current boxing ability and skill level, and you put me against myself 2 years ago, I'm going to whoop myself, or even myself from when I first started, I'm going to whoop myself, of course. Why? Because I develop as a fighter, being in the ring, going in there, coaching, shadowboxing, learning stuff. You learn different things. And you're coaching, especially with a coaching like that, with Islam, having Khabib as a head coach, Javier Mendez, and having all those great people, and just in general, that whole Dagestani team. He's going to evolve, and we've seen him evolve. We've seen him evolve a lot. His striking has improved a lot. Grappling is going to continuously keep improving, and he's just going to become a more well-rounded and better fighter each and every single day. So when this fight does happen, we're going to see a new version of both men. Both of them completely differently transformed from their last fights. Now, I won't say like 100% completely different. Obviously, they're still going to have the same skills and be doing the same similar things. But we're going to see a better version of both men when it comes to fight time. And that's why I honestly cannot wait to see this fight. It's in about 2 more weeks, I believe, before it happens. And man, oh man, I'm right now in my college dorm room. I don't care. I'm not watching this here. I am going to get my dad to come get me, take me home, and I'm going to go watch this fight card at home. At home, not here. I can't. I need to see this fight card in a place where I feel like I can be a lot more peaceful. And I cannot wait to honestly make another video speaking about this fight. But at the end of the day, I still have my pick on Islam. I can't pick anybody else. You know, shout out to JDM. He's a good fighter. He's very, very great. I'm not saying that he cannot win this fight, but the chances of him being able to win, in my personal opinion, as far as what I've seen with Islam and his skills, I still give it 50-50. But I still feel like the edge is still given to Islam, in my personal opinion. I feel like he can still come out on top and do exactly what he needs to do. As long as he can take down JDM and control him on the ground, he can win this fight. But if he can't keep JDM on the ground, then yes, he's going to be cooked. And JDM can definitely 100% win this fight. And that's why I feel like with my videos, I'm always very honest. I don't sit here and lie. Yes, I am Muslim. I'm going to sit here and support another fighter just automatically just because it's based off of religion. No. My choices and opinions based on fighting skills and abilities. If y'all like this video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow for more. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hope y'all enjoyed this.